Not sure at this point. Again, we're addressing it, and we'll get those up as soon as possible. But again, no one is being disenfranchised. That is the important thing. And none of this indicates any fraud or anything of that sort. This is a technical issue, and we have a redundancy for it, and we're utilizing it.
Is it the same issue happening at every polling center, or is it different issues across the board?
Yes, it's the same issue.
And there you have it, the Shit Show 2022 update. And for those of you who are not maybe from Arizona or Maricopa County, welcome to Shit Show 2022 update. It's about 12:30 Arizona time here in the afternoon. And for those of you who may not be aware, a lot of people are having major issues across Maricopa County and across Arizona regarding these vote centers, whether it's the way the papers are printed, the blue ink pen, blue ballpoint pen issue. But there seems to be a plethora of issues all over the valley here in Phoenix, as well as other parts of Arizona. What you saw there was the county commissioner, Bill Gates, the other evil one, and then Stephen Richer, who's the county recorder. The interesting thing is, in this presser, which we only saw about that 30-second clip there, is why is Bill Gates, who's just a county commissioner, answering the questions on technical issues when the recorder is right there next to him? Who's running the election? Is it going to be Richer, or is it going to be Gates that's been elected to be the county recorder? So that's one thing that we found interesting here. But I'll give you an idea of what I personally saw this morning. Went to the voting center in my part of town, and when I arrived, parking lot was full. It's about 6:30, 6:45 in the morning. And when I went there, my wife get out of the car. A couple Democrat volunteers, as we're walking in, they're just outside of that 75 feet window where there are a lot of electioneer. They say, "Oh, just letting you know, the machines are down. You're going to have to go somewhere else to vote." Well, I want to see it for myself. I don't trust Democrats. So we go inside, ask the employee or the volunteer, "Your machine's working?" "Oh, yeah, they're fine." "Okay, that's weird." So we go inside, and I'm a mail-in ballot type guy, right? But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go to the day of vote, make sure it counts tonight, not 5 days from now. So I was told, go ahead, just bring your ID, just sign in like anything else, and you're good to go. And that is what happened. You scan your ID. They have another person to visually inspect that ID, that it is a signature match on the ID, and the address and the name, date of birth. Good to go. Get the ballot. Go right to the little box over the booth to go ahead and fill out the ballot. Go to fill out the ballot. Then we go in line. The line is very long to actually slide the ballot into the tabulation machine. And notice there's two machines there. Only one was operational. And as we're waiting, and I would say probably a line of about 50 to 60 people, I'm noticing about maybe one of every 4, one of every 5 is getting rejected. People are sliding it in this little slit in the front of the machine. And the slit has number 3 on it. So as we're getting closer, I'm watching. And it would be like 2 ballots are rejected, 3, maybe 4 accepted, 1 or 2 rejected, 2 or 3. It's a very steady rejection rate. Now, to kind of give you an idea, I worked as a poll not a watcher, but a poll worker, 2010, 2011, I believe, that time frame. And instead of filling out the oval, it was where you connect the arrow line. So a different machine, I believe, at the time. The entire day I was there, I think we saw maybe 1 or 2 rejections. That's it. This was, like I said, 1 of every 4 or 5. I mean, it was a high percentage. So as you're getting closer, a gentleman's like, yeah, mine won't go in. They tried 3 sides, basically 6, 7 different ways, literally. And he's like, yeah, is it ballpoint pen? She goes, you know what that might be. Scans it, doesn't accept. He pops in that number 3 thing. Next person scans it again. Oh, is that ballpoint pen? Yeah, won't read it. And the next 2, oh yeah, they're felt pens. They read it. Interesting there. So I don't know if it's kind of an out of line, I wouldn't say targeting, but where it's affecting ballpoint pen use more than the felt marker that were handed out. We'll find out. According to Maricopa County Recorder's Office, as well as I believe Harmeet Dillon, who was brought in for the AZ GOP to represent Republicans here in Arizona. These ballots will be taken to MTech to be scanned, not adjudicated, from what I understand. They're going to be scanned, and it's going to be due under the. They're going to make sure chain of custody. A person from each party will be there with these ballots to ensure chain of custody and that no shenanigans go on. And these ballots that are in that number 3 slot will likely be counted tomorrow, Wednesday morning, or throughout the day Wednesday. So the whole premise of going for same-day vote to get your vote counted tonight, yeah, out the window. My opinion, I have no evidence of it, is that they intentionally made it difficult for Arizonans to want to cast their ballot day of at the polls. They want to make it so inconvenient that we're like, you know what, this is stupid. We're waiting in line for 2 hours. I could have mailed my ballot back weeks ago and been fine with it, right? That's what I think the game is. So that's my point of view over here. But that little clip, basically, let me play it again for you.
Not sure at this point. Again, we're addressing it, and we'll get those up as soon as possible. But again, no one is being disenfranchised. That is the important thing. And none of this indicates any fraud or anything of that sort. This is a technical issue, and we have a redundancy for it, and we're utilizing it.
Is it the same issue happening at every polling center, or is it different issues across the board?
Yes, it's the same issue.
And there you have it. It's the same issue at what the question was, every polling center. So the same issue at every polling center. And when Bill Gates states there, he's the shorter guy to the right, the effeminate sounding dude. He's like, oh, this is not voter fraud or nothing like that. No, it's just incompetence at the very best. Best case scenario, you guys are totally incompetent at admitting so and should be out of a job. So this is across the board. And if they're talking about redundancy, yeah, you always have to have redundancy. But did they know this was going to happen in advance? And we're like, oh, no, we got this. Don't worry about it. We already have a plan B. And if so, that's fine. Saying, you know what, we have older machines. We have this, whatever. And to be, transparent with it days before, instead of, going on Twitter and mocking us, those of us who are concerned with election security issues and election integrity. No, if Stephen Richer and Bill Gates spent less time at the Bulwark and at podcasts to mock us and attack us as crazy people, and spent a little bit of that time, maybe 10% of that time and effort they put into that, into actually addressing the election system, obviously the equipment they have that's failing, we're looking at about a 20 to 25% rejection rate. And that is a large swath of voters. If you have 1 million people vote today, vast portion of that's going to be Maricopa. Let's just say 600,000 is going to be voting in Maricopa, okay? Just ballpark number, easy math. Okay, 20% of that's 120,000 voters will not have their ballots cast or counted until at least tomorrow morning at the earliest. This is a shit show. And Helen Purcell was crucified and run out of the state on rails just for long lines. Not any equipment failures, just for long lines. So hopefully in 2 years or sooner, hopefully there's a recall effort against Bill Gates, we can get rid of these two schmucks who obviously are self-admittedly, they're incompetent. We'll go ahead and update you accordingly. And till next time, peace out.